Hello everybody, I'm here talking today about self-love. This is it, self-love. Love for the self, for yourself. Don't be confused by thinking it's a conceited thing. That old adage, oh, she just loves herself, he just loves himself, right? This is a deep, sincere, and authentic connection to yourself, with yourself. It is putting yourself first in all situations, in the sense so you can put your best self version forward in your relationships, with your friends, with your families, with your interaction with the world. Self-love is vital. It is vital, as in it is the vitality and the life force that will run through you of deep respect and sincerity about how you connect with yourself, and therefore a healthy connection with others. So it is, every act that you take is a decision. Everything we need to do is usually some kind of decision. So it's deciding in those decisions, what is the right thing for me to do? What should I do here that will support me, that won't knock me down, that won't drain my energy? Should I go along with that situation just because I'm invited and my friends want me to go, but I know my energy is going to feel drained because of the place, the situation, the decision, the atmosphere? Something that's a mismatch to your energy and to your beliefs and to your truth. So self-love is taking care of things like, what will I do to support myself when I wake up this morning and before I start my day? What am I going to do that's going to be an act of self-love, that's going to be supportive, rather than falling into the trap of, I don't want to do this, I'm not going to do that, and resenting, and that repetitious recording that can go off inside our heads. Complaining, it's called. Complaining. I don't want to go here, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, type of thing. I know there's a lot of things that we must do that we don't particularly, jump up and down about, the practicalities of life and living on this planet, so, and the world, and to make a living and all of that. But there's lots of acts of self-love that we can take along the way to support when we choose to do things, when we do things that we must do, that we're doing it from a healthy place, rather than fall into the trap of the complaining mind. Why is it always me? Why do I have to? That's the complaining mind. So that is the opposite to self-love. So self-love is catching yourself and going, okay, here, I'm going to go along and choose to do this. This is just one scenario I'm talking about. And I'm going to do it with the best attitude and the highest vitality and my best foot forward, because I must do this as an act of self-love, rather than complaining my way through it and making everybody around you feel miserable. Okay? Acts of self-love is, what are you going to choose to eat today? Is it going to be a supportive thing? And I don't mean that you cut out all the treats in the world, but what are you going to choose to eat for your diet today? That will be an act of self-love. Did you drink enough water? Did you rehydrate? These are acts of self-love. What did you do as a mindful practice, or you're going to start your day or end your day with it? Those are acts of self-love. So other things like let's say people sign up to my yoga monthly classes and they don't get to do them all, or any of them, maybe some months or weeks, let's say, and they beat themselves up and go, damn it, and I paid my membership and that. So an act of self-love would be not doing that, would be just going, it's okay to skip things, I allow myself, but my general attitude is I'm going to keep continuing doing my yoga or whatever mindful practice you do to keep your body and your mind healthy, and that you don't beat yourself up because you miss it, or because you broke your your healthy living diet, you know. So those are acts of self-love too, that you don't go, oh damn it, there I was on my sugar-free diet and then I had some sugar, you know. So you would not beat yourself up as an act of self-love. Go, it's okay. It's about giving yourself length and breadth and space. Give yourself space and give yourself allowances for doing things. It doesn't mean letting yourself off the hook all the time when you're, you know, trying to, you know, get things done and you're trying to get to, you know, an end result or a goal or a project that you must finish in order to survive and for you to, you know, produce and make some money and, you know, live your lifestyle. So it's like about applying yourself as best you can with the best attitude along the way towards yourself. So it'll take you to completion and you will do it at the right time. So it's a fine line. It's a balance between letting yourself off the hook and being lazy, or just sticking to it and, you know, trying to get that end result in a healthy way. So you're not like beating yourself up along the way trying to achieve that result. What else is self-love? It's like, how do you feel about yourself? Do you wake up and insult your body because it's not the perfect image that you want it to be, and you're not squeezing it in, as one of my teachers says, into a size 2 Lululemons, and then you say mean things about yourself? So acts of self-love is allowing and loving. And when you see your image, your reflection in the mirror, you just tell that image or reflection that it's doing great, it's doing its best, that you love it, that you accept it. Acceptance, that is an act of self-love. So maybe it's unusual for some of us. I know in my yoga world, yoga classes, I always invoke as much as we can the idea of self-love, that we will apply it as much as we can, which is, look, take a break rather than plowing through all those sun salutations, trying to keep up with, you know, the class or whatever. Allow yourself to take a break. That would be an act of self-love. Skipping things in the class. I don't want to do the core work today, although I feel my body needs it, but I just don't want to do it. That's an act of self-love for that reason. But again, it's the fine line, it's the balance of knowing if you should do something, because the after effects, the glow, the rewards will feel so good that you'll be more vibrant with the idea of how how you accept yourself and praise yourself and thank yourself for completing something that you didn't want to do, but you knew the benefits. So this is all a little package of self-love, which ultimately leads us to what is called self-care. And truthfully, as we've all heard, how can we truly love anybody 100% if we can't love and care for ourselves in that way first? We're only giving watered down versions to our loved ones otherwise. So self-care, self-love, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Tune back in for TMM Wisdom Talks, Wisdom Out for today.